Welcome to Book World, The Great Escape. I'm author CJ Peterson. My co-host over here is author Michael Scott Clifton. We have a special guest today, the Longview Public Library librarian, Leah Shreves. My voice is kind of going in and out today, so I'll try to do my best. Mike, how was your week?
It's been a busy week, and we talked about this a little bit at last week's Book World podcast. Still cleaning up the mess left by the storm that happened a week ago Friday, and it was complicated by the fact that it didn't seem to stop raining so long enough to be able to get out there and actually clean stuff up. So that's what I've been working on every single day of the week when it hasn't been raining. And today worked all day too, and I'm not as spring a chicken as I used to be. So get a little tired, I guess you might say. But had a real good time, as you know, CJ, at the East Texas Comic Con, which was held at the Longview Exhibit Center last Saturday and Sunday. We had a great first day, and second day was awesome as well. Had a lot of people, huge crowd, especially on Saturday, that showed up, and it was as a vendor, I thought it was awesome, and I would definitely attend it again. And it was well run, and lots of good celebrity guests, and a great cross section of vendors. If you like Comic Cons and you couldn't find it at the East Texas Comic Con, then it's probably not at any con you'll attend.
Definitely. I had tons of fun. The guests included Carrie Means, who was Frylock. We had Paul St. Peter, who is actually a very well-known voice actor for a lot of things. We had a couple of amazing digital circus, Amanda Hufford and Lizzie Freeman. We also had the incredible Kevin Sorbo. We've worked a couple different ones with him. And he had his VIP thing on Saturday night, which was always super fun to do those. There were a lot of artists and vendors, and to me, those are just as super fun as the guests, because I work a bunch of them, and I get to know them, and they're just as fun as family. They're like, CJ, and I get to give them hugs, and get to see them at, various ones as well. So the next one I'm going to be working is the one that is on August 17th and 18th, and that's going to be in Lufkin, Texas. So those that are in the area, it's called Piney Woods Comic Con. You can learn more about it at pineywoodscomiccon.com. That's PINEYWOODS, comiccon.com. So check that out. Guests should be starting to be announced soon, so don't miss out on that. I believe Mike is going to try to be at that one as well.
Yeah. Yep.
So I happen to know one or two of the guests that you do not want to miss. So like I said, our guest today is librarian Leah Shreves from the Longview Public Library. Welcome, Leah.
Hi, thank you for having me.
Mike's going to try to carry most of today. The lovely fluffy white stuff that's in the air that looks really pretty is like the bane of my existence. That's the cottonwood, and it tries to kill me every year. So Mike, go for it.
So Leah, thank you for appearing on podcast, our Book World podcast. What is it you would like folks to know about the Longview Public Library, about the services y'all offer?
So one thing I'd like y'all to know, or everybody to know, is that, we serve the whole community. So actually the whole state. Anyone in the state could come and get a library card for free. Anyone from birth to, beyond. And it's free. It's totally free. You get access to free services with the library card. You can check out movies, books, video games. If that's something that interests you, we're in the midst of growing our video game collection. Graphic novels, you can use computers, internet. There's all sorts of free resources that we offer to anyone and everyone.
And we were talking earlier, there's digital services as well for like ebooks and audiobooks.
Yes, so we do have digital services for ebooks and audiobooks. Our main ones are Libby and Cloud Library. All you would have to do is you can have a library card, which allows you to check out physical items as well as e-resources, or you can have an online access card if you're just wanting to use our electronic resources. And you would log into those apps. You can download them on your app store. It's available for iPhones, Android devices, Kindles. You can also use it on your computers, your tablets. And what's really great about these is you can also, once you check out an item on these platforms, you can download it to your device. So, say you're going on a trip and you don't have access to Wi-Fi or internet or anything like that, you can download those items beforehand and still read or listen to books, which is really great. You also don't have to worry about late fees because as soon as it's due, it returns it for you.
Okay. I didn't realize.
Another thing is you can adjust the font size. So if you're getting like me, where I'm needing to adjust the font size now, you can make it bigger, you can make it smaller. Also, if you're someone who struggles with dyslexia, they have fonts for that. You can also change the background. You can make it black, you can make it white. And with Cloud Library, it doesn't only have e-audiobooks and ebooks. You can also watch like TV shows and movies on that as well. And then, of course, outside of those platforms, we also have resources through the state through TSLAC that gives access to databases. So if you're doing research, like you're looking up your family history or you're doing a paper, we have resources for those things as well.
So for the digitally challenged, and CJ, I'm not necessarily including myself in that, so I just want to point that out. But maybe let's just say I'm digitally challenged. Okay, so in order to check out a audiobook, digital ebook, something like that, one would need some sort of data device, a tablet,
Yes.
an iPad, a Kindle, your phone.
Yes, your phone.
Okay, so the process would be you would check it out just like you would a physical book, correct? You would go, you have a library card, you go check it out, and it's a download.
It's a download. So like once you download those apps and you log in with your library card number, you'll of course have to find, on most of these, you'll have to make sure you select Longview Public Library before you get to the login page. You'll enter your library card number and password or PIN number. We use those interchangeably. And then once you're in, you can then search for books or you can get book suggestions. Because like on Cloud Library, we create shelves. So new items that are purchased are highlighted, or I also do a program called Book Talk that we do on Facebook where we review books and then we give book suggestions. So we have a shelf for that. On Libby, it has things similar where it can give you book suggestions. If an item that you're wanting to check out is not available, say someone already has it checked out, you can always place a hold on it. And depending on the notification settings that you set up within the app, it'll notify you when that item's ready for you to check out.
So, if I'm following it correctly, so for like ebooks and audiobooks, though, you don't have to obviously be present in the library. Are there limits on those? Are there like a certain amount that you guys have of those, or is that something that they can pretty much check out?
So as far as limits, you usually can only check out up to 5 or so.
Right, but I mean, you guys don't run out of those. So, for example, you have a certain amount of physical books. You only have like 2 or 3 of one physical book.
Yes.
But as far as like ebooks and audiobooks,
That all depends on the licensing, because when we're purchasing items, you wouldn't think it because, when you go on to Amazon, the ebook is usually cheaper than the physical book, right? Well, for libraries, when we purchase e-content, it's way more expensive.
Wow.
And so it depends on the licensing. So sometimes we can purchase a book where, it only gets so many checkouts per copy. And so once those checkouts are gone, we have to purchase it again. Or
for
sometimes we
real?
purchase. For real.
Oh, that's wild.
Sometimes we purchase a book and, you know, multiple people can be reading it at the same time. We don't have to buy multiple copies. But most of the time, it's one where you buy one copy, you only get so many checkouts. If someone's currently reading that copy,
Then they have to wait till it's turned back in, more than likely, is what she was saying. She got cut off by the internet, is what it looks like.
Wow.
I know they're in the middle of a storm. She said they were in the middle of a tornado watch
Wow.
before we started, so her internet may have given out on her.
oh, am I back? So
There you are.
sorry.
You are.
Like I said, my guess is that you were about to say that you had to wait till the person turned it back in.
Yes. Yes, you have to wait until the person turns it back in, and then it'll notify you that you can check it out.
So, and you also said that you don't have to worry about turning your digital copy back in because you have X amount of time or days, and once that time is up, it automatically goes back to the cloud.
Correct.
However, now
Yeah.
that we're cognizant of the fact that somebody may be waiting for it, you may want to be aware of that.
Yeah. So, like with Libby, you can check out an item for 2 weeks. Where for Cloud Library, you can check out an item for 3 weeks.
Okay.
So Cloud Library is a newer platform for us, so we're still building on growing that collection. But I always look in both. So say you're looking for a certain title, you can't find it in Libby or it has a long wait in Libby, you can always check Cloud Library and see if it's available. Or if it's something that we don't even own, you can also go to our website and submit a title request or come to the library and submit a request for us to purchase a book, or you can even call us on the phone as well.
So if an author wants to donate a physical or even a digital copy to the Longview Public Library, what would that process look like?
So if you are wanting to donate a copy to the library, you can always come by and drop it off at the front desk, or they can reach me at my email, which is lshreves@longviewtexas.gov, or they can call me at my personal extension at 903-237-1346. And then I can see about getting those copies in the collection, either by having them donated, or we will even purchase a copy as well.
For those who are listening, could you please spell out your email?
Yes, sorry. It's LSHRE, V as in Victor, ES, at Longview, Texas. Texas is going to be spelled out, .gov.
Awesome. Thank you. Now, we do know you have several programs. I know I was actually at one point, I was featured at the Indie Author Day, which was awesome. I love doing that. And I love that you guys do that. What other programs do you have, and how can somebody be a part of those as an author?
So another program that we have, of course, as you mentioned, we have Indie Author Day, which is going to be on November 2nd this year, which we reach out to local authors to be on a panel. And then we also reach out, or you can reach out to us by giving us a phone call or emailing me. If you're interested in having a booth where you can, visit with patrons as they're coming in and try and sell copies of your book. We also, and that event is in person. And then now we also, because of during the pandemic, we had to get creative on how to still have Indie Author Day and support local authors. So we also stream it live on Facebook as well for those that can attend in person. We have another event that we try and support local authors at and that is called Chautauqua, which is always held in April. The weekend that it happens kind of varies, but it's always on a Saturday in April.
I do suggest, as somebody who has participated, get some sort of weight for your tent.
Yes, it is an outside event, so make sure to bring your own tent, sunscreen, because we have it rain or shine. Unless, of course, there's a tornado warning, then we're not going to have it. But
But it is fun, and I always did enjoy doing it when we still lived in Texas. It is fun, love it. There's a lot of really cool events going on. I think there was clogging, they had
yes,
author panels,
Music,
they had a
yeah.
lot of fun stuff.
yeah, we always have an author panel on that. Usually about 3 local authors. Authors can also purchase booths by contacting Bronwyn Pagese here at the library. You can call our main number at 903-237-1350, and she handles the booth registrations, and it's like a small fee of $20, and you get the booth for as long as the event's going on.
It does seem like it's always on the windiest day of Naples.
Yes, it does.
So yeah, but
Well,
it's
and we have a cat, so we kinda doubled our weight with cat litter. So,
Oh no.
we just got cat litter, and we're able to use it throughout the
so
year, so it's great.
hopefully,
And just improvise.
It
hopefully
works.
it's fresh cat litter.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
They don't get nasty.
So Leah, what are some trends that you see in books?
Before we jump into that, we're also heading into the summer, so I know that there are summer reading programs. So let's talk about the
Yes.
programs before we jump into that.
Thank you for bringing that up. So, we do have our summer reading club programs for kids and adults. Registration's open now. Registration actually opened on May 1st, and we'll go all the way through July 10th. That'll be the last day to register. You can register in person. Or you can go online on Beanstack, which is on our website. There's also an app that you can download onto your device. Each program, whether it's children's or adult, they have varying reading goals, and based upon those goals, you get chances to win prizes. So, like for adults, we have a weekly raffle prize that you can get a chance to win. So, every 60 minutes logged reading or listening to a book, you get an automatic entry into a raffle. Or if you choose that you want to participate by paper, we have paper tickets that you can fill out and turn in here at the library. And we usually have a display. It's not up yet, but we'll have a display where the adults can turn in their raffle tickets. And then every Monday we'll be able to draw and see who the lucky winner is. And we get lots of support from the community for prizes. So be on the lookout for that. For children's, they have lots of prizes as well. Lots of performers. Children perform like performers and activities. They have something going on almost every single day of the week.
Wow.
Adults will have things on Saturdays. And some things are limited for the adults by sign up because we do provide the supplies and everything's free. So all you have to do is either show up or sign up, depending on the event. And it's just a great way to promote reading and give people things to do in the community for free. And kickoff is going to be June 7th from 10 a.m. to 12 p.m. here at the library for the Kids Summer Reading Club. And it's just something that we're really excited for. So no matter if you don't want to participate online via Beanstack and you want to participate via paper, both programs have an option for you to do that. So we try and include everybody who wants to participate.
So we talking earlier before the podcast started. You do have a couple. The Longview Public Library also is either a location or sponsors a couple of book clubs as well. Is that true?
We do. So the Longview Public Library has a couple of book clubs. The first one is Diverse Readers. That one meets the third Saturday of every month at 2:00. And actually, our interlibrary loan librarian gets all those books for all the participants. So you don't have to purchase a book. You get to check it out for free because we borrow the copy of the book that they're reading for the month from other libraries in the state or even outside of the state. So they meet for about an hour and discuss the book. And more information on that, you can call us or you can go to our website. We have a book club's webpage. Another group that we have is Informal Ladies, and we also get some copies of their books. For each book club, we do try and get different copies, like say regular print, audiobook, large print, or even if we have some that we start getting Spanish copies if we can. So we try and include different versions for everybody because some people like audiobooks, some want the physical book. Unfortunately, through Interlibrary Loan, we can't get electronic books. So if you're wanting an e-copy, you would have to see if that's something that's available on one of our platforms, Libby or Cloud Library. And Informal Ladies, they meet via Zoom, and their contact information is also on our website on the book club webpage because they do specific links each month to meet.
So what would the link, if someone was interested in one or both of those book clubs, what is the title? Where would they go to find that link?
I can tell you real quick. Let me go. So you're going to go to longviewtexas.gov/library. And then once our webpage loads, you're then going to go to our services tab, and then book clubs. There's a book clubs link, and you would click on that, and that gives information on the books that we're reading for the year because each book club plans everything out for the year. Okay. And then it also gives information on who is directly running the club if you wanted to reach out directly to those people.
Okay.
Mike, I know that I was gonna say, I know that I had cut you off at one point with a question when we talked about the book clubs. Was there a question you had earlier, or was this it?
Oh no, that was what I was going to ask Leah is, has she noticed some trends in reading in books? Of course, again, a lot of authors, watch podcasts, so they might be interested. I go, what's hot right now? What's some of the trends in reading in books?
So Book Talk is really like on TikTok. If you follow Book Talk, that is a lot of what the younger and even myself I follow. Romantasy is really big right now. I love romantasy books, so like Fourth Wing and Sarah J. Maas, who's the author of A Court of Thorns and Roses, Throne of Glass. Her things are super popular. Now, if we're looking just in our collection in general, I do have a list of some items that are super popular for just like here in the Longview community right now. So for adult fiction, it would be Lessons in Chemistry. And we also, for DVD, surprisingly, The Equalizer 3 is at the top of the list. Easy reading.
That one is surprising.
Yeah, I know. I saw that. I was like, interesting. For easy readers in the children's department, Paw Patrol, Bluey, those things are still really popular. Barbie. And then when you get into graphic novels, which is also something I really like to read, Demon Slayer, Jujutsu Kaisen are the two really popular ones, which kind of makes sense because Demon Slayer is getting ready to release the next season in their anime. So typically when there's a movie coming up that's based off of a book or a TV series or something like that, we see a resurgence in the book's popularity. And then for juvenile fiction, Diary of a Wimpy Kid still really popular by Pilkey. And then young adult fiction, Harry Potter and the Hunger Games. Those are still the staples in young adult.
Yeah. Been that way for a while now.
Yes.
So I was a public educator for 38 years, and currently I'm on the school board of the school that I spent all 38 years with. And I know that that school libraries, have a very hard time finding actual licensed librarians. And often, like I said, the lady that just retired from the Mount Pleasant Public Library, she was the high school librarian at our school prior to taking that position. So, do y'all offer any kind of support services for the area schools that, particularly those that 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 don't have a professional librarian and people are filling in, like it's librarian aid. Do you understand? I'm kind of tiptoeing around that. That. So, are y'all ever called in to sort of help or collaborate with?
We do collaborate with local schools, like, coming in and teaching like research skills, or even them. I've had like Longview High School in Spring Hill, the past few years, their AP writing classes have contacted me, and we host something here at the library where we go over some of our research databases and show them how to use it. And then we also partner with them on their summer required reading. So we try and get in touch with the local schools and see what their required reading lists are. And we make sure that we have multiple copies of those books available here at the library so that their students can come here without having to purchase a copy and still be able to complete those required reading hours.
Well, we only have a few minutes left. Is there anything you'd like to add?
Well, just that we always have free things going on. Be sure to check us out. We're always looking to add new things to our collection. So if there's something you want to read that we don't have, or something you think is coming on the up and up, make sure to let us know. Follow us on Facebook or Instagram, our website at longviewtexas.gov/library. And then just, keep us in mind. We have movies, all sorts of things for free. And we support the local community. So if there's things, different programs you want us to try, or suggestions or things like that, don't be afraid to reach out and let us know what your interests are. Also, if there's like local authors or things that have books that we may not have, let us know, and we'll be sure to reach out and see about getting those copies. And, just we enjoy seeing everybody, and especially during summer reading club, we get to see all those kids and people, new faces and things. That's the busiest time of the year. And don't forget, we also have computers and printing services. So I know a lot of us, including me, does not have a printer at home because I don't print enough. So, we have lots of services, including a local history room. So if you need help with, ancestry research and things like that, we have help for that. If you need help getting on some of our e-resources that were mentioned, give us a call. We also have tutorial videos on our YouTube that does walkthroughs for how to download and do things on those. We have sheets with information on how to download things on those devices. We also, if you need help one-on-one, we make the appointments for that, where we'll sit down with you and walk you down through how to do things. So just don't be afraid to reach out. We're here to help and support everybody.
Awesome. Well, thank you, Leah Shreves, for joining us from the Longview Public Library Librarian, and thank you for all the vital information. We really appreciate it. Make sure to check all that stuff out on Longview Public Library's site. Thank you for coming and spending a little bit of time with us. Next week, we will not have Book World, so make sure that you mark that on your calendar. There will be no Book World on May 15th. We will come back on the 22nd. We'll be talking about emotional triggers in writing, so make sure not to miss that one. We'll be returning back on the 22nd at 4 o'clock, same place. Don't miss it. Catch you guys next time. Bye.
Bye.